Eh, don't get afraid of my dress. We are here doing this the Super Mama way. So welcome back to my channel. Hi Super Mamas. Welcome if you're new to this channel. Subscribe to this channel because there's a lot more coming. Subscribe to this channel because this is where we roll. This is where we rock. This is where we advise one another as mamas. On the background, you can hear my son. Oh, it's during the day, and this is the only time I found. So I am shooting this video with him. So you'll hear once in a while his voice at the background. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you are a visitor, don't feel afraid. Subscribe and hit the notification bell. Super mamas, let's go on. Watch out the videos on why I consider myself a super mama, why qualities of a super mama, things a super mama is not allowed to be, and very many other things. You are making it, you have made it. And in this special episode, I'm going to talk about leaving your child with a nanny. It can be very scary for the first time if you do it. And I would like to know what do other mothers think? It can be very confusing, very disturbing. It's a very, let me say, emotional moment to leave your little baby with someone else and expect that they'll be cared for well. It's almost unbelievable to imagine that someone can take care of your child the way you would. So if you feel, sometimes you feel you don't want to go back to work. I know of women who have resigned from work because they want to take care of their children. Yeah, because they want to stay with their children longer. And it's very okay. It's your child. You're allowed to feel whatever you want to feel with them. Okay? So, in this special episode, I'm going to share one or two things you must do, or some of the things that might help you if you're going to leave your child with a nanny. So, welcome on board. And I would also like to hear what you think about it on in the comment sections. Do you think we should open a Facebook page so we be talking about these things? Anyway, welcome to this channel. So now when you're feeling like there are these challenges you're feeling before you leave your child with a nanny and go back to work, you're feeling they're tiny, you've not had time with them. Of course, you didn't have enough time because they were probably disturbing you. They had colic, they were sickly. Some children become sick right from day one and they stayed in hospital for 6 months, so you never had time with them, and leave is only 3 months. Christ have mercy. This leave thing should be talked about in parliament. We should have more leave days. Yes, in the comment section, those who want more leave days in Africa, because I know some countries in Europe would give you up to 2 years of leave. I don't know if they pay. Tell us, those who are in Europe, how is it that side? In Africa, including Europe, here, we don't get it. We get it for 3 months, and sometimes you feel your baby's neck might not even have stabilized. It's still shaking like this. You're feeling like the baby didn't even know you. They will bond with someone else. My child will bond with someone else. Don't be afraid. They will not bond with someone else. They will bond with you, as you will come to realize later. They will bond with you. Mamas who had such a fear, please tell me in the comment section, how is it now? Maybe 1 year later, 6 months later, 1 month later, how is it? Or you go back to work and your mind is at home. Okay. Kamekula, kameoshwa, ama kanachapwa. You want to put a nanny camera? Personal opinion, I would rather you don't. Because some of the things you see on that nanny camera might shock you forever. You will never recover from it. So I would rather you don't. Afadhali uambiwe mtoto wako alipigwa kuliko uone mtoto wako akipigwa. Now, if you're a nanny watching this channel, please know mothers are human beings. they are still even not sure they want to leave their child with you. So don't treat that child like their mother has left them willingly. Don't treat that child like mama yako amenipea mzigo hapa. No, they're a child like any other child. They will poop in clothes. Don't beat them, please. Don't beat them. Mtolee tu na umfundishe where to poop. Do you think that child wants to poop in clothes and give you a lot of work? No, they're just a child. So you treat them well, please. You see, I usually say if the mommy is at peace in their place of work, they will perform better. If they perform better, they're most likely to work longer. If they work longer, you're most likely to keep your job longer. Yeah, so treat the child well. Actually, it's the only reason why they asked for a nanny in the first place. But tell me if you have other reasons why you would be requiring a nanny as a mother. So please treat your people's children well if you have that privilege to participate with God in raising another man's child, another human being's child. Let me say that. Nonetheless, we have to shoot this video and continue. So, number one point, which is, I always have my notebooks. Number one point, which is very important if you are planning to leave your child with a nanny, is you must tell your brain that it shall be well. Tell your brain to accept that the child will grow. It shall be well. The baby will be cared for well. The baby is okay. Two things I will share with you. One, my mother told me, if you get someone to watch over your child even for one day, they have grown that day. Hiyo siku imepita, there's a plane passing like I've shared before, we leave under a flight path. So you hear such noises. Forgive me. We will improve with time. The baby will be okay. Learn to tell yourself that. Tell your brain it shall be well, the baby will be okay. If you have expressed milk and left in the bottle, trust that they'll be fed hygienically. Don't question so much. Trust, just accept that they'll be fed, they will grow that day. If you come back and you find them, they were left there, cry, accept and move on. Don't puncture yourself. My mama has told me if you find someone to take care of your child one day, they have grown that day. And another friend told me there's no point of leaving your child at home and going to work and leaving the brain at home. Does that make sense? She said it in Swahili. You either choose one struggle. Choose to stay at home with them or go to work and give everything, then come back home to watch them. Because it will be pointless for you to go to work and underperform because you're thinking about a child whom you would have stayed with and left the work. So choose one struggle. If you've decided to go to work, go and give your best. Give your best because you've left your child at home. Go and give your best. Yeah? Don't struggle two struggles. Don't fight two struggles at the same time. So tell your brain it shall be well. Okay? Tell your brain it shall be well. If you're at work and your brain wants, you can call once in a while. Call. Mtoto amepewa maziwa. Have you done this to remind them? Because sometimes this helps forget. Do it. But remind yourself, remind your brain that it shall be well. The baby will be well. The baby will be fine. Are we together? Tell yourself it shall be well. Number two thing, if you are to leave a nanny, your baby with a nanny. Number two important thing is don't be afraid to give the instructions of how you want your baby to be handled. Give instructions. It's not bad. Tell them how and what you want. At some point when I left my baby, I even told the girl who was watching over to write for me. I provided a book and a pen and I told them to write for me the times because I left the first time the baby was very small. I left her at 7 weeks. Yes, I had to go struggle. Was I afraid the baby will bond with someone else? I was. Being a two-time mama, I am telling you, that child will just bond with you. My baby is a few weeks old after 7 today, and she knows my voice. She knows my face. She knows my smell. Has she spent more time with another nanny, another person? Yes, but she knows me. So don't be afraid. The baby will bond with you. Ah, you are the mother. The baby will bond with you. You should hear my story. When I had my first baby, I didn't even want anybody else apart from the dad to touch, even my mom to touch him. We stayed with another girl, a cousin, a child to a cousin, my husband's cousin daughter. My husband's cousin's daughter. That girl must have thought I was very cruel. Why? I didn't want her to touch the baby. Confession. I am confessing. Because I was afraid. I was like, no, no, this first month of life, the baby must be connected to me. You are allowed to feel those ones because to feel that way because it's your child. You made the human. It's yours. Okay? Feel anything you want, my people. Feel anything you want. Don't be afraid. But I'm telling you, the baby will just bond with you. But back to my point is, I was telling my girl to even write the times which this child has fed on milk. Write so that I know. Don't be afraid to give instructions. What I'm saying is, don't be afraid to give instructions of what you want and how you want it to be done. Okay? Give those instructions. I want you to clean my child at this time. I want you to feed my child at this time. I have left cocomelon on. Please, if you can sing, A, A, B, B, C, C, along, I will appreciate because this child is developing. Please help me there. And if you are given such instructions, usione kama umedharauliwa if you are a nanny. This is a mother who just wants their child to grow up well. You are helping each other. Please welcome the instructions and help this mother have peace at her place of work. I doubt there is any woman who will come back home and find their child happily singing ABCD with the nanny and be unhappy. I doubt. So don't feel offended if you are there. Please, you came to help. Please, saidiana to Rosafi. Okay? And you, mama, don't feel afraid to give instructions of how and what you want. It's not being mean, it's not being strict, it's not expecting things out of this world. Although you must know that it will not be done perfectly like you would you yourself because you are different human beings. You must give room for percentages. Is it 50% done? Well done. It was done anyway. Is it 10% done? Congratulations! It was done anyway. So don't feel like I want her to clean baby's basin, but I don't want her to feel. Give instructions, okay? Don't be afraid to give instructions. I want her to help feed baby like this, but oh, she will not. I want her to mash the potatoes, but I am afraid she might not. So let me mash them myself. So in the morning, you find yourself, you've done a lot of things, you even become late. You go to work late. And of course, I'm going to give another point here. You want to leave work early. So your boss becomes frustrated with you. No. Give instructions. Don't be afraid to give instructions of how you want things to be done, what you want to be done, when you want to be done. And I'm saying, nannies, if you receive such instructions, please don't feel offended. It was never offensive. It's just from a good place. Okay? Number 2 or 3. I keep losing count of these things. You can commit to do service to your child yourself. Commit to do service to your child yourself. If they're tiny, please commit. If you want them washed twice, remember a super mama has no time to be lazy. No. If you're to manage being a mama and a hustler at the same time, commit to do service. It's your child in the first place. Yes, it's your child. Wash them. If you want them to be washed twice a day, choose one time that you'll be washing them. You wash them in the morning or you wash them in the evening. So the nanny helps you wash in the in one of those times. Or you could wash both times. Choose to feed your baby yourself. You could say the baby should feed 5 times. I will feed her in the morning. I will come back at lunch and feed her. And I'll come back in the evening. Of course, I'll feed her in the evening. So the nanny feeds at 10 and maybe 4. Commit to such things. I was saying, mash the potatoes yourself. Prepare baby's food yourself if they have reached the stage where they are weaning. Yes, commit to doing service to your child yourself. Clean them yourself. Prepare food yourself. Give them the first feed. This will also improve chances of you bonding with your child. If the other, I've given a story before here. Their mother Sue called out, "Mtoto amepupu, auntie, mtoto ame." If your baby poo-poos and you're in the house, come on, mama, stand up and clean that poo-poo yourself. This girl who has come to help you, your nanny, will even respect you more because they will say, see ati haujui. Even if you have done your nails, clean baby's poop. And those of you who have newborn babies by now, I'm sure you know you cannot keep long nails, otherwise you'll hurt them, right? Yeah, so clean your baby yourself. Let me, if they poo poo, someone just knocked at my door. I'm coming. I got confused. Yes, I was saying clean your child up yourself. Don't call auntie to do everything, yeah? Help out. It will even increase your chances of seeing if you are fearing maybe your baby has been burnt here and there. You will see those burns when you do the cleaning yourself. You will be sure your baby fed. Imagine if you feed them in the morning and you come back at lunch to feed them, and you are there in the evening to feed them. You come back early in time to feed them. Even if they're not fed any other time of the day, at least you'll be sure their stomach has something. Okay? If those are type of the fears you have, you'll be sure their stomach has something. Yeah, I know a friend who, together with her husband, decided they will not hire a live-in. They are both doctors, but they said they will not hire a live-in. And doctors get calls anytime. They come on call anytime. So that at night they have to be in the house to feed their children. You could make such decisions. Sisi hapa, like Mimi, I've made a personal decision of not having a nanny. I will raise my children and look for money myself. And I'll manage. And I'm managing. I am managing. I am managing. It's doable, mamas. But I'm just saying, make an effort of doing service to your children yourself. You'll discover a lot. It's the time you'll be telling stories. Put them to bed yourself. Don't tell auntie to go put them to bed. Put them to bed yourself. Sing for them. Play with them. Oh, this is another point. I was saying number point four, maybe. Point four now or point three now is make the most of your free or off days. Since it's limited time, make the most. Play with them. Don't you I've said choose one struggle. Hmm? If you're going to work and you're going to be out 8 to 5, that is the time to meet friends uko over lunch or whatever. Meet friends, talk to everybody you want on phone. When you come back to the house, it is baby's time or child's time. Don't be coming back to the house. Your children are there. They want to jump on you. You're telling them, nitakuchapa because you're talking to somebody on phone. I mean, I mean, don't spend the whole evening talking to people on phone. They should know you have a family. At least for this time, tell them, unajua sasa mimi niko na watoto. I'll just leave you there. Let them know. Let them know. Make the most. On Saturday, take your children out. Play with them. Sing with them. That is how you will even create that bond the more. Yeah? Don't come back home. You're giving people time again. Make the most of your weekends, of your off days, of your leave days, to play with them, to take them, to read stories for them, to go for walks. If you have a baby who is turning 3 months, it's time to go out for walks. Take them out on your off days. Don't tell auntie to take them out. Number five, this one I don't know how to call it. Number five, which could help, is try to come back home early or leave early. Basically, this was a message for the bosses. Bosses in this channel, if you are a boss and you're watching this channel, now you know some of the struggles mothers have and dads as well have with young children living there. If you hear of some calls like, sorry madam, leo nitakuja late. Sorry madam, I'm taking my child to the clinic. Sorry madam, please allow me leave early today. Please be lenient and allow them. They are performing as well, right? Sometimes employee satisfaction is not usually just because you're giving them a hefty salary, a big salary. Some of these things, like my boss is understanding. I want to take my child out for clinic. Dads here, dads want to participate in taking their children for clinic. Unfortunately, you'd hear some bosses say, hmm, si mama ameomba ruhusa, pia wewe unaomba ruhusa. I mean, the father wants to go with the mother to take the child for clinic. Vaccination. Clinic is vaccination. Allow the father go, please. They will come back and perform. But also don't ask for permission all the time if you're an employee, okay? But I'm just saying, bosses, please try to be lenient. Try to allow a new mom, a new dad, some of those things for just 2 years. After 2 years, become strict because don't give mean comments like, sasa sababu umepata mtoto tusipumue. Those are very mean comments, by the way. Allow them, especially if it's their first child. Please, of course not wasifanye mchezo na kazi, but pia don't be too strict. At least they will say, my boss allows me take my son for vaccination. My boss allows me go early at home, so I breastfeed. You see, because it's a real struggle. Of course, you did not sign up for that struggle, but it came anyway. Your people are giving birth, your employees have had children, are giving birth, and more will come single who will get married as you watch and have children as you watch. Allow them once in a while, of course. Yeah. So those are some of the things I think I've put together on how you'll manage leaving your child with a nanny or someone else to take care. If this is the type of content you like, please subscribe to this channel, like, share, and comment. I would like to know a few more. If you have other points you could share with me on leaving your child with a nanny. Bye. Watch out for my next video today or tomorrow. Downloading videos will coming. Bye.